my plan to stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this? I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare and will be terminated from the program immediately. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable. We will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers which are in no way licensed or approved for this use. My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the new.
Donald Trump, he making a lot of people mad with his recent post that he running for president and he want to get rid of all transgender procedures, especially the ones when it involves kids and gender blockers and all that other shit. I ain't gonna lie, I agree with him as far as doctors preying on vulnerable people and getting the surgery and using tax dollars, especially with the kids, because a kid brain is not fully developed. They don't know what they want. So all these teachers and doctors trying to push the narrative as far as, oh, you could be identified as a boy or a girl. It don't matter what you was born with. It all matters how you feel. Then all these kids with these parents allowing them to think for themselves as far as making lifelong decisions, taking them to doctors, they're approving of it, using our federal tax dollars to get them surgery and hormone blockers, all that shit. That shit is not natural, especially not for kids. I don't think it's natural for adults, but if you're an adult and you got your right frame of mind, you can do what you want to do. You want to get a surgery, whatever, do it. You are an adult. Even though I don't agree with it, you're still an adult. But as far as kids, I agree with what he said, but we need to tackle some bigger issues. I'm tired of hearing about the same issues from every president. How about we talk about these high-ass tax laws, food prices, inflation, the way policemen treating us, abusing their power. We need to talk about so many other things. But we talking about transgenders and stuff. And I feel like he only doing this to get certain people to vote for him. That's the only reason he doing this. He don't truly care. He trying to get that shock value. He trying to get his supporters to vote for him. And it might work. If you got a choice between Trump and Biden, who y'all voting for? Y'all don't know. Comment section below. Be mooch.